About time England won a World Cup, isn't it?
You are watching and listening to Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV.
Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform
Or ask your smart speaker
to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Subscribe, like, follow, and join in now.
Chipped in. And put it in. And it's there by David Platt. England have done it in the last minute of extra time.
2002 and they last season, and the next 10 years we're dreaming, but the golden generation's in the hall. Humiliation against Iceland, but in Russia we start crying. Now the feeling it's our time we make it all. Sing ooh la la.
Lineker is in the middle. They're tearing Poland apart.
Sing ooh la la.
Beckham now to Owens. Here's another Owen run. He's got to worry them again. It's a great run by Michael Owen. And he wants it on.
Sing ooh la la.
You're watching Leicester Till I Die TV.
And it's live.
It is. Good evening. How are you? It's been a while. It has. A little bit late there. I do apologise. I was. I fell asleep in the last game. I mean, I know I didn't, you know, but I mean, how bad was that? How bad was it? I tell you what, won't be as bad, and that is this. If we can add that to the screen, there we go. Let me get rid of my little self there. 21st of December, 9 o'clock, we will be having the big fat Christmas quiz. Absolutely nothing to do with football at all. It's after the World Cup. It's before the Premier League kicks off. We're going to be having rounds on Christmas, TV and film. When did it happen? Where in the world? And who said that? No football whatsoever. We're going to have a break. We are going to have a break. Nate is back in. Good afternoon. Is it there now? Must be afternoon, Nate. How the devil are you? Still awake? Still with us and alive, I hope. That is going to be a bit of fun. We're going to be, hopefully, I'm going to get everybody dressed up silly, and then we will have drinks, tell bad dad jokes, and try and have a quiz in the middle of it. It's got to be better than watching the highlights of what did we watch? I can't even remember. It was Morocco, Spain. 20 minutes of Morocco left. So no Ronaldo. No, that is the big news. No Ronaldo. Against Morocco, Croatia had 65% possession. Do you mean Spain? I see what you mean. Sorry, that's me. Sorry. So against Morocco, Croatia had 65% possession, Belgium 67, Canada had 59, and Spain had 77, and yet only one goal scored. Done them well so far. It wasn't pretty to watch by any stretch of the imagination, but they got where they are. Next to go through Switzerland, we know Ronaldo. He's going to come on, but apparently he's been pissing everybody off. Well, we all know how that feels, don't we? But he's been pissing his teammates off now. This is how it stands, everybody. I know it hasn't updated because the system, it won't update until after this match. But the quarterfinals so far are Netherlands against Argentina, Croatia against Brazil, England against France, and Morocco versus either Portugal or Switzerland. And you know what? It's funny, ITV here. I mean, there is no Ronaldo in the starting lineup, and yet they are still managing to give all their time over to Ronaldo. You wouldn't think there was any other players in that Portuguese team, would you? But, you know, think Portugal would play better without the distraction? Yeah, possibly. You're going to go 2-1 to Portugal. Well, I've already got in here, Nate, and I have gone 2-1 to Switzerland. Only because I cannot stand Portugal. I cannot stand them at all. And let's just have a look. I mean, if we have a look here at the where the teams are so far in the World Cup, Portugal are 9th. I mean, yes, they've got today's game to go. Switzerland are 10th, but we will see what happens. We will. That's where they stand at the moment. Portugal are the 9th best team in the world according to FIFA. Switzerland are 15th best in the world according to FIFA. So get your predictions in. I'm going 2-1 to Switzerland only because I can't stand Portugal with or without Ronaldo. Nat's going 2-1 to. Nate is going 2-1 to Portugal, which I understand. I think it's why most people went for Spain earlier. I mean, Spain. I mean, how bad were they? But the thing is, Portugal weren't. Morocco weren't any better. See, I'm trying to wipe it out of my mind already. Morocco weren't any better, were they? Really? And then it came to penalties. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Japan at least got a penalty, didn't they? Spain, a team where they are in the world with the players they have got, not getting one penalty. I mean, does anybody actually, other than England, practice penalties? Now, you could argue in the Euros that maybe Saka shouldn't have been where he was, but at the end of the day, we did practice penalties, and they were the 5 best penalty takers in that order. And you don't want to play your worst start. You could be out before the 5th one gets a go. So I understand Gareth Southgate. Let's be honest with you. If you are big enough to represent your country in a Euro final, you should be big enough to take a penalty. You really should. Nate says, I'm only going for Portugal because I've been wrong all but 3 times. I don't know. I think I've only been right twice, to be honest with you. We're going to be joined by Reece. It's just before 7 o'clock. He will be coming in. So just in case it's boring again, then I can at least have somebody to talk to. Shane is here. Not another extra time. I can't be doing with it. He's gone 2-1 to Portugal after extra time. Oh, Shane, don't do that to me, mate. Don't do that. Was that the worst game of the World Cup? It was certainly the worst game of the round of 16, wasn't it? All I can say is, and I've got to say, I'm trying not to be biased, but all I can say is, come on, England.
Leicester Till I Die TV, your World Cup channel.
The teams are on the pitch. England versus Germany lining up for the national anthem.
You don't want that. Try this.
Is in the middle. They're very far at the park. Sing ooh la la. Sing ooh la
It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home.
Anna's coming to town.
Oh my God! Santa here? I know him. I know him.
Merry Christmas.
I thought I'd pinch myself. Christmas, World Cup. World Cup, Christmas. I know. It's weird. It's weird. Let's have a quick look through the teams. Reece will be joining me, like I say, it's just before 7, so I thought I'd get all the England gun-ho stuff out the way before he joins us. Let's have a look at the lineup. Portugal have gone for 4-3-3. Diego Costa in goal. Dalot, Pepe, Ruben Diaz and Guerrero across a back four. The middle three are Otavio, William Carvalho and Bernardo Silva. And up front, and just take this in, Bruno Fernandes, Conchelo Ramos and João Felix. That's 11 there without Ronaldo in it. Me, let's bring him down a peg, and like I say, if he has been disrupting, the team, then yes, he should be dropped. He should be dropped. But by doing that, they're still talking about him. Switzerland have gone for 4-2-3-1. So Portugal have gone 4-3-3 and Switzerland have gone 4-2-3-1. In goal, we have Sommer. 4 across the back, Fernandes, Shah, Akanji and Rodriguez. The 2 just sat in front of the back 4, Freuler and Xhaka. Shaqiri, Sal and Vegas just behind up front Mbolo. Shaqiri, sorry, can we see another performance from him? The SP, was it S&P 500? Spain and does that mean Spain and Portugal, like the FTSE? It's down 2.4% after that. Buyers fell asleep. What's your prediction, Saint? You did well earlier. Well earlier, mate. Well, you got the penalties, but can you imagine? I did say this earlier. Can you imagine if you've got Spain and when they were playing Japan and it went to a penalty shootout? Oh my God! Oh, what? Please let this game be exciting. And thank you. We got 1,000 views on the game earlier, and thank you so much for that. How that attracted 1,000 viewers, I know not. But thank you so much. Thank you so much indeed. I mean, if you are Portugal or if you're Switzerland, I mean, presumably you watched the match earlier. Of course you would do. But are you looking at that thinking, we can win this? Whoever we get in the quarter-final of those 2 teams, and it happened to Morocco, you can think we can win this. And you can't blame them. As England, I'd love to get one of those in the semis because we can stuff them. And Nate says, thank you very much for sitting through that game with us. Yes. And I had to sit here. I could only go for a piss at the half time and full time. Because those players were taking the piss, weren't they? They really, really were. Ash said, not sure who I want to win, but I think it could go to pen. Oh, no. No, don't say that. Not penalties again, please. Please, no. No. You're going to go 2-1 to Portugal. That's okay. I'll let you off then, Ash. Just seeing come up on my YouTube screen. Cheggers plays pop. Who remembers that, eh? Cheggers plays pop. Wow. I'm just going to go and drop a joke onto Doug's channel. See if he reads it out.
I love Cher, but I'm also a big fan of Nico Elvetti, and I feel like Antonio Elvetti complement each other very well.
So, please, I mean, it's the last round of 16. Potentially, we could be meeting one of these teams in the semi-finals. That will be interesting if we do. That will be interesting. And let's, I mean, if we have a look, like I say, let's just bring that up again. Here we go. Oh. It's going to get very interesting because Holland, Argentina, who is going to do well there? Croatia, Brazil. That's going to be interesting. An Argentina-Brazil semi-final, perhaps, guys? What do you think? Could it be? Couldn't it be? England, France, and then Morocco. I say it hasn't been filled in because they don't until it's all finished. Portugal, Switzerland. So I say, if we get past France and we meet Morocco, or well, we can't meet Spain. So if we meet Morocco, I'm happy to beat those. I am really, really happy to beat those. And I think we will. We should have a good sync for this game. I bought a Swiss watch. And the port is flowing. Please, please, please. Argentina win. Brazil win. England win. Morocco to beat Portugal. Could well be. Could well be.
There we go. Chris, Leicester Tonight ITV. By the way, thank you very much, Chris, for doing Morocco versus Spain.
He's reading my joke out, guys.
Absolutely amazing views for the channel. So thank you very, very much. Amazing view for your channel as well. And I really do appreciate that. Logic also understands to say, Gold Coast is not one of the way. And it's Portugal is like
I've got to go and drop in a joke on his channel. What do you call somebody who stands in the net and stops the ball running through? I've just ruined that joke because it should have been. What do you call somebody who stands in the goal and stops the ball going through? And it's a net is the answer. Yeah, I did cut that one up, didn't I? It can and will. Brazil versus England, like my video prediction I called it. You did indeed. And if you haven't checked that out yet, guys, please do. The YouTube channel is Saint with a Sin. And if you go on, what Saint has actually, or Ash has actually done, I should say, very, very cleverly, he's gone back and looked at all the games where the two teams have met from the league, from the group stages, and he's played it out so that if the last game Team A won, then Team A would get the points. And then when he gets to the next round, if Team Z beat Team Y the last time they met, then okay, I mean, oh, for God's sake. Sorry, I'll tell you that in a second. But and he's done it very well, and he did it all the way through to the final. And if the previous game was a draw, then he goes to the game between the two teams before that. Very cleverly done. But it says there who is in the final, but who wins it. Go and check it out. It's a good video. Ronaldo on the bench. 30 million photographers around the bench. Are there any players on the pitch yet? Or has Ronaldo come out early and sat on the bench so that he gets all the attention again? He wouldn't do that, would he? Could you imagine him doing that? Surely not. You could, and don't call me Shirley. So, wise decision dropping Ronaldo. Let me know what you think. we will obviously wait and see whether it pays off right. Fernandes, they're just looking at Bruno Fernandes there, and of course he will no doubt spend half the match on his arse on the pitch because that's what he does. And of course, the other half of the match, he'll be arguing with the referee. Ash, yeah, Ronaldo. Ronaldo is not an attention seeker, no way. Tongue in cheek, Ash. Tongue in cheek. This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Thank you for joining me for the second time tonight. Hope everybody is well. If you're new, please subscribe. If you have subscribed, please click that like button. It does help the channel. This is Leicester Till I Die TV. This is the World Cup. It's the last round of 16 match, and it is Portugal taking on Switzerland. What can I say? Come on, Switzerland.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
Indeed, do not forget to subscribe. There's a lot of colour. I mean, I do like Portugal's flag. I like the Swiss flag. It's got a big plus about it. Let us have a look here. They're lining up. They are doing the older national anthems. And let me just go and get all this lined up for us. And we will soon be ready to go. Portuguese doing their bit on the national anthem at the moment. Portuguese manager looks like he's been to hell and back, got to be honest with you. So my last game before I triple off to London. Saint says, I know you don't want pens, but if it's a great match like a 3-3, I'd love it. Yeah, that'd be different because we'd be entertained during the 90, unlike earlier when we weren't entertained. I would absolutely love it if the Swiss won. I'd love it. I'm siding with Swiss slightly because they were so good versus Serbia. They were, but it wasn't a typical Swiss performance, was it? You know, they came out and they went for it against Serbia. They got the lead. They went behind. They went for it again. So, you know, it's not sort of the Switzerland that normally just sort of sits back and waits for the team to come on to them. So we'll see. We'll see which Switzerland turn up today. Ash, you went 2-1 Portugal, though. Are you changing your mind before kickoff, which you're allowed to do, but not obviously once kickoff has started? So if you want to change your mind, let me know. Let me know. So the national anthems are over. National anthems are over, guys. So in the head-to-head, in the last 5 games, I say it's head-to-head. Oh, you're sticking with 2-1 Portugal. Oof. Right, head-to-head. Here we go. The last games, head-to-head, 5 games. In the Nations League, Switzerland beat Portugal 1-0. In the Nations League, Portugal beat Switzerland 4-0. In the Nations League, Portugal beat Switzerland 3-1. In FIFA World Cup qualification, In 2012, Portugal beat Switzerland 2-0. But the one before that, in the same qualification, Switzerland beat Portugal 2-0. But I think Portugal got the upper hand on recent games. The last 5 matches for Portugal, they lost to South Korea 2-1. They beat Uruguay 2-0. They beat Ghana 3-2. We're lucky there, though. Lucky, let's be honest. They beat Nigeria 4-0, but they lost to Spain 1-0. That's their last 5 games. Switzerland's last 5 games, beat Serbia 3-2. They lost to Brazil 1-0. They beat Cameroon 1-0. They lost to Ghana 2-0, but they beat the Czech Republic 2-1. So, David's back. Good evening, David. How are you? Welcome along, sir. Thank you for joining us again. Hopefully get some goals. I've got a new goal graphic, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't get a chance to use it earlier. He's going 2-1 to Switzerland, the same as me. Good man, David. Good man. Well done for doing that. Okay, let me bring him in. In fact, let me first of all change my borders. Something that Switzerland, of course, never do. Only Germany, of course. Let us. I'm going totally all wrong here. Let me make him big. There we go.
You're going to regret that word.
Have you, Reece?
I was waiting on my Xbox update because that's where I'm watching the game on. I'm watching the game on the Xbox, so the benefit of having Microsoft Edge.
Were you at work earlier?
Oh, I still had the game on. Yeah, I was watching it, and that's exactly the result that I predicted as well. I predicted Morocco to go through, so I'm happy with that.
They've kicked off. They've kicked off in this. What's your score prediction for this one, Reece?
I'm going 3-2 Portugal after extra time.
3-2 Portugal after extra time. Brilliant. Right. And what do you think about... well, we kicked off. I'm just coming up. I am now on 30 seconds.
I'm at 23 seconds, which is not too bad.
No. We are there or thereabouts. Let me just... So, of course, normal rules apply, guys. No, in the chat... No spoilers, or it is an immediate removal. And wait until it's on the graphic. Then, of course, you can say anything you like. Ronaldo dropped. Obviously, Man United fan. We can see that there. Infantino's there. I call him Andy Murray's mother now because he's always there watching.
He's also Swiss, I believe.
Is he? Oh.
I believe he's Swiss, yes. So that's... interesting.
But going back to what I was saying before the Angel of Death came up on my screen, Ronaldo dropped. He's been upsetting a lot of players, apparently.
Yeah, and the way he acted as well when he came off against South Korea. I have to admit, I actually respect that by Santos for dropping him. I respect that. It's shown that for once it's his team, not Ronaldo's team. Yeah,
exactly. And the funny thing was, though, he came out before the rest of the team to sit on the substitute bench. And, of course, he had about 50, 60 photographers all around him.
No surprise
so
there.
He's still claiming the limelight, you know what I mean? But
he'll claim it all, but who cares? I don't.
Yeah. I mean, you know, and I think a lot of Man United fans are ending up feeling this way, that, sooner he goes, the better. No, he's not the most liked player, is he?
Yeah, 100%. More the merrier as well that he is off.
Yeah. So at the moment we are looking at Switzerland are kicking from left to right in the all-white strip, and let's hope it'll be all white on the night for them.
I'm so glad that Gonçalo Ramos is playing up front for Portugal. I really like watching Benfica now and again, and he's one of the players I really like to watch. He's such a good player, like good prospect for Portugal's long-term future as well in the 9 rows. So I like that.
Yeah. Another Man United fan here in Ash. Yeah, he's saying he's had enough of Ronaldo as well. Still a club legend, but he's burning out with shame.
Oh, easily. I'm sick and tired of the whole thing.
Yeah. But anyway, he's not on the pitch, and there are 11 other Portuguese players that are, but at the moment they're off the pitch because there's a injury already to the Swiss player.
Breel and Bolo, the big massive centre forward. He's going to be a big
isn't
problem.
he? He is a big
I
guy.
think the goalkeeper will be good though.
Yes. You won't want to see him bearing down on you, would you?
Yeah.
But the referee today is Palazulios. Did you see? I mean, last night Brazil. I mean, it was not. Well, I called him Dick Turpin in the middle. It was Clement Turpin, wasn't it? But what a penalty that never was it really?
Nah, definitely not. But I just
love.
love.
What the bloody hell was VAR doing?
I don't know actually. That's the questionable bit to them. That's the bit that's questionable, eh? But
yeah,
still, penalty or no penalty, like the result was inevitable, eh? Like they're just all over them. Like brilliant performance by Brazil, and no surprise that they won their 6th World Cup. They're playing like they want to win the World Cup. I think they're the only team that actually wants to play it.
I think I did. Ash said, "Is that a shirt from 1985?"
No. It's the blue shirt from the treble winning season.
You are breaking up a little bit, Reece. Sort of every other word.
Might just be the mic.
That's better.
There you go.
Whatever you did then, that is better. Yeah.
It was underneath the laptop base, so I've just moved it. Just lifted it up. Good play by Switzerland, though.
It was. Yeah, it was a good move. I mean, I just want an exciting game because that one this afternoon has got to have been the worst round of 16 game of this World Cup. It was awful.
What, the Spain game?
Yes. Did you not think?
I thought it was excellent. If from watching Morocco, I mean, I thought Morocco were fantastic to watch. I thought Spain were diabolical, and they got exactly what they deserved.
Yes, they did. They were awful. I mean, there was only 7 shots between the two teams, and Switzerland had a game plan, and they were blocking, and stopping Spain getting anything. But there's no point going for containment if you're not going to at least try and have a go at the goal. And I don't think they did. They were poor in that final third.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you. And
about both teams there, Morocco and Spain. I would have said if England get either of those or had got either of those in the semis, I would have been very confident of beating them.
Yeah, I think so as well. I certainly think so.
Yeah.
Do you think how close do you think this is going to be in terms of games? Because I actually think this could have a lot of goals in it because both sides will really want to get the job done.
I think if we see the Switzerland that played against Serbia, then we could see goals. But that wasn't the way Switzerland normally play. Not normally that attacking. But let's be honest with you, you can't play these games in the hope like a group game. You've got to go for it. I know if you get the chance to score, as let's face it, Spain did a couple of times, and you don't take advantage, it comes back and bites you on the bum. Yeah.
And there's several players on this field for both teams that I generally don't rate. Like, I don't rate Carvalho that plays for Portugal, and I don't rate Xhaka. But that could also be the interest part.
Yeah, Nate has just said, I think playing like that, Morocco could take a lot of teams to pens after 120 minutes of 0-0. Oh, God, I hope not. I really, really hope not. I could not put up with another 120 minutes of that dross, I'll tell you. But let's hope we have got lots of goals in this game. At the moment, it is Portugal just wrestling the ball off Shaqiri there.
Yeah, I agree. They're playing the ball really well there, though.
Are we going to see another wonder strike from Shaqiri, I wonder?
Wouldn't surprise me. But I think Costa would anticipate it really well. He's a good goalkeeper.
Yeah. Portugal and have
keeper.
already met twice in 2022, with both teams claiming a victory each in the UEFA Nations League.
They did, yes. Switzerland. I think Switzerland beat them before they went on to play Spain in the last game of the groups. I think
the first meeting, I think I read it out before, 4-0 to Portugal, but Switzerland got a 1-0 in the return.
Yeah, they completely battered them, but
yes,
not that it really mattered.
Oh, which teams have impressed you and which teams haven't impressed you so far in this World Cup?
Morocco, number one for me. Morocco, 100% for me. Like, have been the most impressive. I'd say Brazil as well. France, and then underperforming teams. I have to admit the Germans, Spain, Uruguay.
Yeah.
And at times Holland.
And who would be your team to win it? I know obviously you're a German fan. With them out, who would be your team to win it? 9:48, David. Sorry, 9:50 now. I'm on. Sorry.
I still think Brazil are going to win it overall. I still think they'll win the whole thing.
I had Brazil to win it, but I hated them after yesterday's game. I just didn't like the cheating.
Yeah,
and all that celebrating. I mean, I think we only saw about 30 minutes of football because the rest was bloody Brazil celebrating. You know, they had a dance, then they had the normal celebration, then they went over and celebrated with the manager every time. Oh, a poor cross there from Switzerland.
So far, it's been all Switzerland. Like, the opportunity after opportunity, it's been brilliant. I think Portugal are going to grow into the game though, like really slowly, which wouldn't surprise me. That's what they do, but it's clear and show what they're doing.
I mean, that's kind of what we probably expected Spain to do earlier, wasn't it? But they were just so poor,
so passive.
I think it was 75% was played in the centre of the field, and Pat Nevin on the BBC said, "All right, this is Spain's game plan: pass, 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 give it away," and it kind of was.
Exactly, like, they've not done anything. Like, they didn't do anything. This is why people were This is why I was annoyed with people telling me that Spain were better than Germany when we done that watch along. Like, they weren't. Like, the Germans were the by far team. They were just very unlucky not to get the win. But in terms of the group itself, like, that 7-0 against Costa Rica was.
In fairness, though, you know, Wraith Rovers could have played Costa Rica and gone 7-0 and beaten them 7-0, couldn't they?
Yeah, they could have done.
And that's the only, and no disrespect to Wraith Rovers, that's the only Scottish team I could think of off the top of my head that wasn't in their Premier League.
Well, they are shit, to be fair.
Oh, are they? Oh, fair. I picked the right team then. I've got to ask you this, and I don't know why I'm always drawn to Wraith Rovers, but they're not, I mean, there isn't a place called Wraith, is there?
It's not called Wraith, no. They play in an area called just outside Kirkcaldy. That's where they play, which is about 45 minutes from me.
All right, okay. I suppose Wraith is easier to say than Kirkcaldy all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, again, Ash has said here, Maguire's been, he's played well for England, and he says, does Ten Hag put him back in the team when he goes back?
Hopefully not.
Yeah, I'm going to say, because is he that bad, or is it just that the whole back four and etc. are bad at and that's no disrespect. We know you because you're going through a rebuild, but is he the worst defender, or are they all as bad as each other?
At times as bad as each other, but we see a massive difference when it's, for example, when it's Martinez and Varane at centre back compared to like Martinez, if anyone else. Like Martinez is fantastic though, but there's a real. We definitely see our best defence when it's those two. We definitely see it.
All right. No, fair enough. I was just.
I think he suits.
I
think he suits a team that's more to his strength. I don't think our team suits Maguire at all.
So not the best 80 million you ever spent, then.
Not at all.
But thank you for the check. Thank you for the training facilities, if I may say so.
Problem.
So out of, just before, and then we'll get into the game more. These are the big teams that I would say have. Cleared. It was all right then. These are the big teams that I think you could say are the big that have been surprises to go out. Mexico, Denmark, Germany, Belgium, Uruguay, and Spain. Who's been the biggest disappointment for you?
I'll be honest. I would say Germany are in the 2 or 3 bracket, but I think you've got to be totally honest. I think the most disappointing is probably Spain.
Really? See, I thought Belgium, and I suppose it's because I expected more of them. Second in the world, allegedly, in the rankings, but
I get your point there. I get your point. Belgium they've got a lot to do.
They've been very poor. Obviously, Martinez has gone.
Yep.
Ash says, Denmark with the with the group they were in,
It's true.
But you could have said any of those teams that I named. I know Spain have now gone out at this level, but Mexico, Denmark, Germany, Belgium, Uruguay. I know when we did the predictions, we all had them going through. But football's not played on paper and predictions, is it?
I look forward to seeing. There's a good crop of young Belgian players coming through, and there's a few that were in the squad. They just never got flaming opportunities by Martinez. I'm looking forward to seeing how they progress at the next Euros and the next World Cup, depending on who their coach is, whoever that may be. Yeah. I look forward to seeing it, and hopefully they're a far better team to watch.
Yes, yeah, and it's their golden generation, and it's coming to an end, isn't it?
I think the next generation will end up being better. I think the next generation of players is going to be so much better. They need to give younger defenders a chance, though, because it's clear and evident by the back three they played at this tournament. It was not working at all.
No, and it's a goal.
Oh, a start!
Oh, Portugal! Oh. 10 minutes. No, what am I saying here? 16 minutes. Should have gone to Specsavers.
This has been a fantastic start by Portugal. Brilliant start.
Yeah, I was about to say they are the more aggressive at the moment. I haven't seen the goal yet. I don't know about you. I'm still building up to it. Yeah,
you're not far off from me, so I'll see it just after you. But this is fantastic.
What a goal! Okay, I've got to say, I don't like Portugal. I want them to go out, but that was a great goal. He took that well.
And it's Ramos as well. That's what I love about it. It's the player that actually built up as well. That's what I love about it.
What do you think of that goal?
Beautiful goal.
Snuck that one in. He certainly did, Nate. That was top bins.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to get to use my goal celebration.
Go!
You do.
Back of the net.
Courtesy of Alan Partridge there. How they got that in. I've got to be honest with you. Hats off. As much as I don't like Portugal, that was a superbly taken goal.
What an absolute brilliant finish. And off his weaker foot as well.
Oh, is it? Wow. 1-0 to Portugal. The Swiss goalkeeper looks cross. Oh, sorry,
Yep.
that's just the badge on his shirt.
Class thing about that is the fact that
You're just ignoring my
Santos-
jokes, aren't you, Reece, now?
yeah, but not just that, Santos' decision is paying off already.
Yeah.
Brilliant of him. And Ronaldo's sitting there like head up in the sky like, oh, I should be starting well. Not when a 21-year-old is scoring ahead of you.
I mean, if Portugal have got to win, I would love Portugal to do it without Ronaldo actually even coming on the pitch.
That'd be a serious statement if
Yes.
Santos didn't bring him on.
I mean, I think we can say that this is probably going to be his last World Cup anyway. I am on 1915 now.
1850. Sounds like a horrible year. We all saw what happened to the French that year.
Let's hope it happens again on Saturday.
Mm.
And I'm not going to be here.
True.
I'm going to be in London, but hopefully Dan's going to be covering it for me.
I saw you were streaming earlier as well, so possibly.
Yeah, no, he has said he's going to cover. Yeah, he has said he's going to cover it. So, and Doug's going to be covering Holland Argentina for me on the Friday. Wow,
Yeah.
that's a coat and a half.
Mental, eh?
Just have a look at that coat when it comes up on the screen. I want one. It's just like he's got a duvet on, but what a pattern. Oh, so we have gone 20 minutes into the game. We have had 2 shots from each side. Swiss Wales wasn't on target, as we know. Portugal's was. And they are, to my mind, they're looking the better team.
Yeah, they are. I think with all the possession that they're having, Switzerland are not actually showing anything serious since the first 10 minutes. Portugal are breaking at pace. They're attacking through the wings. They're getting... Fernandes is looking comfortable on the ball. João Felix is looking fantastic. It just looks so easy for Portugal, and this is why they'll get there. Like, if they want to, they could get to the World Cup final if they wanted to.
Remember, Nate says, remember last year people writing off Messi, saying he was done. Now Ronaldo doesn't have a club and he's on the bench for Portugal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he'll have one within the next couple of weeks. I think there's a Saudi club, hasn't there, that's come out with a huge offer for him. Obviously, I don't know. They're just at the moment. Oh, that's a poor. Oh no, it's not. Oh, it's a shot. Oh, sometimes the TV cameras, you just can't see where the ball is going. I thought that's a really bad pass, and I realised I wasn't looking at the right player. Like he was trying to play to the guy on the right.
It's a good save by Costa as well, though.
Yeah.
But then Somers just had to pull off one as well. Like they're getting at it. Like both teams are just not holding back, and thank God for that. I want to see both teams get stuck in.
Yeah.
That's
Well, no, in fairness, Switzerland have got to go for it now.
Yeah.
How many times though in this World Cup have we seen teams that have got to go for it? Like in the third group games where teams have to win and they're coming out and playing defensive, and if you can't do it, there's no way you're going to win when you're 1-0 down if you're not going to start going for it.
Exactly. If you don't show it, you may as well just go home.
Yeah. It hurts me to say, but so far Portugal are the better team.
Yeah, massively.
already this game's more exciting in 20 minutes than the than the 120 from this afternoon. That was bad. Do you think Switzerland would be able to get back into this? I mean, it's early days, isn't it?
If the scoreline stays this way for about another 30, 40 minutes, but if Portugal score another in between that period of time, nah,
No.
I don't think so.
No.
But I also don't think Switzerland can actually keep Portugal at bay. I don't think, just the way they're doing it, like they're just not playing to their strengths. Portugal are.
Yeah. And do you think, and maybe this is, and I'm trying not to be too anti-Ronaldo, but I'm finding it hard. But do you not think that I don't know the stories. Only I saw a quick announcement on ITV earlier before the first game saying that the Portuguese players were fed up with Ronaldo, etc., etc. Are they all out to prove a point? Do you think the Portuguese players?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily, my friend. I agree with you.
Yeah. Shaw is injured for Switzerland.
Yeah, he's getting on the ground just now for me. It's a big loss for
We
them.
haven't seen any serious injuries, have we, in this World Cup?
Yeah, it's a big loss though if he can't continue. I hope he can continue. I hate seeing players get injured in any tournament. Doesn't matter who they play for.
Yeah. I mean, he's walked off, to be honest with you. He didn't look in any pain, so I think he's going to come back on. I mean, you don't want to see any players injured unless they're called Wesley Fofana, then of course you do. But apart from that, you don't want to see a player getting injured.
Yeah.
That's just a personal choice. Gomez looks good, says Ash. This could be the changing of the guard right before our eyes. I hope Ronaldo doesn't play again unless it's versus Messi in the final. Wow, can you imagine that?
I don't think Argentina are going to get to the final unless they take Holland to penalties.
Do you think Holland will beat them?
I think they could, yeah.
I mean, there's some very... I mean, we've had surprises, and we've just had one, I said, is the one more surprise, and I think... I mean, I went from Morocco to beat them. Doug did, Dan did, but obviously I think we all expected probably Spain to do it, but they didn't. So I think that was a surprise. But there's some good quarterfinals: Netherlands, Argentina, Croatia, Brazil, England, France, Morocco possibly versus Portugal with their links. I mean, it's finally kind of it's getting to the business end of the World Cup, and it's getting like, you know, the cream is rising to the top, as they say.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're seeing the teams who want to be in the far stages of the tournament, they're actually giving it a go.
Yes.
Want to get far in the stages, are proving why they're in these rounds in particular. I don't think any team that's yet got to the quarterfinals is undeserving.
No.
I think every team that's qualified so far are the teams that properly deserve it.
Yes. I mean, Ash says here, Holland looked average versus Australia. Argentina were memorising versus a good USA team.
I disagree with that last part. I disagree, Ash. I thought Argentina were bang average. And so, and you know what as well? I thought Messi was shit.
I've got to be honest with you, maybe it's my age, but all the games are sort of tending to blur into one for me at the moment.
Yeah, I do agree though that Holland were not great against like Holland were not great against the US at all. I thought Holland finished strongly though, and that's the difference.
Yeah,
Argentina, even though they got their goals against, they got the goals they needed in the knockout stage at the weekend. They're just meh. Like they're not just playing as a team; they're just geared towards Messi. I want to see them actually take a bold chance and just not just play around Messi, but just play as a team and have Messi involved rather than just overly relying on him.
I mean, again, on paper, you should be looking at Argentina or Australia and going, that should have been another Brazil, Japan scoreline, you know, with or without the penalty, you know. But they did kind of make hard work of it, Argentina.
Exactly. They haven't really shown why they're up there.
Yeah.
I don't think he was personally.
Yeah.
That first 35 minutes before he scored, all he did is what he always does, just walks. Yeah. He walks around. I don't Messi's one of the greatest players of all time. I'm never going to take that away from him, but if you literally sit and walk around for 35 minutes before you kick in, then I'm not going to label you as very good. That's just my opinion.
There's a free kick here to Switzerland. Shaqiri's looking at it. Probably about the same distance from the one he scored the other night.
Something he's good at. I remember the first free kick he scored. Was it the World Cup a couple of years ago? The last World Cup, that free kick he scored as well was absolutely fantastic.
He's got a good free kick in him. I mean, I don't think anybody can deny that. What's he going to do with this one? Let us have a look.
It's good range for him.
Yeah. I could say it's pretty much the same as the other night. And he takes it. Oh! I tell you what, he wasn't far off there, Reece. Or was he?
Just a bit.
No.
I'm just about to see it myself.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
No. It's by all means, you're ahead of me. Go for it. Like, keep going. Like, I've got no issue with that. Even if there's a goal, like, I know you're going to celebrate before me anyway. Celebrate the madness.
I will celebrate it for you. But yeah, it was a good save, actually.
Good dive by Costa as well. The speed to get down there as well. Like, it's good for him. Like, he's such a young goalkeeper. He's 21, but the fact that this is his first major tournament as the Portugal number one is impressive.
Yeah. The free kick here to Portugal. How has Shaqiri ended up? Hang on. How has Shaqiri ended up in the miss?
That's a good question. I actually wonder that myself.
Do you mean how? I don't get what he means. Actually, let me do this for you, Reece.
I'm surprised he's in the MLS though. Like, I'm very surprised.
Oh, MLS! Sorry, I need to go to Specsavers, don't I?
He went to the. I don't know what team he's joined, but he's went to the American League though. I don't know what team he's playing for, but I'm very surprised he went.
Yeah. So I've turned on comments now, so you should be able to see the comments on your main screen. I think. I don't know if they do that on the Xbox or anything.
I can see the live. I can see the chat now. Yeah. Hey guys.
Yeah. I saw you struggling. I thought, no, let me put it on. I
was definitely.
MLS. I can't believe I didn't. I get that. Look, I'm 61. I'm getting old. Bear with me. My eyes are going.
But in terms of like Ash's comment about were you watching the same game? Yeah, I was definitely watching the same game. I was not impressed. I'm not going to mince words. Exactly, and I respect yours, but I'm not going to like.
Let's be honest. You can get. We know that you can get 11 people in the same room and they all pick a different starting 11. And two people can sit next to each other and watch the same match and have completely different.
Exactly, that's football. I love it. That's what I love about football.
Yeah, and what the good thing is to be able to discuss it and chat about it without going. It's a second goal. It's a second goal for Portugal.
Bloody Pepe and all.
Wow. It was their second corner. And it's their second goal. And that is a goal for Pepe. And
you know what's funny is not a lot of people call it. He is honestly a world class defender. And it's a Bruno Fernandes assist as well. That's what's even funnier.
Tell you what, that was a damn good header, though.
Oh yeah, that was a fantastic header.
Mm.
Like this guy, like as well, like doesn't get enough mention as well in terms of play, appreciation as a defender. Like it's just he just gets red cards. Like all he does is this. No, he does a lot more. He just doesn't get enough. Like
there was two Swiss defenders, one in front of him, one behind him, and then another one just behind him. But the two that were marking him, he got up in between the two of them to get to the ball.
Yeah, how funny! How funny!
That goalkeeper looks a bit like Brad.
He does actually.
He does, doesn't he? Yes.
How fast though Ronaldo got up there to celebrate that Pepe goal, but he wasn't there for Ramos. He wasn't there for Ramos, he was there for Pepe. Very interesting.
Oh, interesting, yeah. Right, well, my 2-1 prediction to Switzerland is out.
Yep. My prediction could still happen, but it's got a long way back for Switzerland. But I'm not bothered.
David went 2-1 to Switzerland as well. We're both out, David. We are both out.
I already knew that Portugal were going to go through. Like the problem I have with Switzerland is I've got nothing against the Swiss team. I think they're a very good team, but when they come up against teams that play a similar style to football than them, or teams that are expected to just get stuck in, they do it. Yeah. Whereas, like a couple of years ago against France, they had the perfect game. Portugal are not going to take the piss on this one. They're here to get this game wrapped up, and if anything, I think they're acting like the team that they should be emulating. It's no surprise that Brazil speak Portuguese.
Yeah,
it's no surprise they've got a similar approach in terms of football when Portugal do want to play entertaining football. But Portugal have decided, in the nicest way, fuck this, let's just get it over with.
Yes. Well, and it's the way it should be. Do you know what I mean? I mean, Brazil kind of did it yesterday, 2-0 up. I mean, Dan went for South Korea winning that one, and his prediction lasted 11 minutes. But then again, I went for Switzerland today, and it's lasted 35 minutes. A third goal, and it's over. I think I can't see Switzerland coming back from that.
Nah, I don't see them coming back either. I don't think they'll get a goal either.
No. And the thing is now, 2-0 down after 35 minutes. They've got to go for it. And, of course, they're just going to leave gaps at the back. And Portugal are not the slowest of teams.
No, they're definitely not. And the worst thing as well for Switzerland is it's 2-0 right now, but they've still got the likes of Rafael Leao as well on the bench, who's a frighteningly fast winger. I watch him every week for AC Milan. Like, I think he'll come on. Even if he wants to, like, even if he does get Braun, which wouldn't surprise me, is Ronaldo could still come on. He's still quick at burst pace as well, and I don't think they'd want that to happen against them.
No.
And they've still got fast wing backs as well. Like, if they want to build from the back, like this Portugal team are definitely no mugs.
No. I mean, again, it's a case of, with some of these teams, you can say, all right, they haven't shown the potential, etc. But when the chips are down and it comes to the big games, that's when you need them to turn up. I mean, Portugal, they lost their last group game, didn't they? But then again, they were already through, So I don't think you can really judge on that one. A bit like you can't say that Spain were excellent because they put 7 past Costa Rica. But these are the games where they need to stand up. Spain didn't, and Portugal are at the moment.
Exactly. I completely agree with you, mate. And this is why I went in so much confidence that Morocco, I said it to Doug, because I done a stream with him the other day, and I done it on the World of Football podcast last night with Josh and Nathan. I went straight up, Morocco are beating Spain. Like, no hesitation, no second thought, just Morocco are beating them.
I mean, a team like, just to mention Spain again, a team like Spain who, if I'm not, let me just have a look, 7th in the world, 7th according to FIFA, not scoring one penalty. I mean, how it's worse than England.
It's crazy as well as the I think Luis Enrique is a fantastic coach, and I put a tweet out saying I felt sorry for Luis Enrique, but I don't feel sorry for the Spanish team. But he has a point of view where you don't get into the Spanish team unless you take like 1,000. You take 1,000 penalties in training just to make the squad or something, because he's that serious about how important spot kicks are, and they lost 3-0. So it makes me wonder, like just what spot, like just who is it the chosen choices? Good clearance there by Dallo as well, because Shaqiri I think may have scored there if he had got to the ball, but they played decent. Switzerland, they're not penetrative enough. I don't like, as much as I like the fact the managers decided to go bold and play a back four. They've now changed that up. They look like they're playing a back three, but it's still, I can't really make out the way they're playing it though. Like it's a weird way of a back three. One's coming back, then the other's moving just a slightly bit back. Then you've got two players coming in. It's like watching a 3-1-1-2-1-2 or something. It's mental.
No, not you know. I'm not one to rub things in much, but I've just found this that I have not yet deleted this banner. Just in case any Wales fans are watching.
I done the Watchalong for that game. I done the Watchalong for that game, and I was like, first half it was boring.
Yeah.
The second half it really kicked on. I was like, we've got something here, okay. Chance after chance. I didn't think it was a free kick though, but it didn't really matter anyway. It didn't really matter in the end.
No. I was very bad of me that I didn't kind of ask or give Reece a chance to shout his socials out.
Right.
So there they are his Twitter and his YouTube. So they are also, if you're watching on YouTube, they are in the description on this video in YouTube. But there they are. Leave those up for a few minutes and be sure to go over there and give him your support, especially if you're into gaming. You do a lot on gaming, don't you?
Yeah, I did my first channel watch along the other day as well, and on my own channel, and it after the show ended, it was on 1,000 views.
Wow.
I know, I was quite shocked myself.
Well, I mean, I can't remember what show it was I did the other day. It was a watch along the other night, and it was like 4,800. I'm like, what the fuck? And there's no way there was that many watching it when I was online, and it shows me the figure at the top. I don't know where these figures come from, but hey ho, we'll take it.
Ash, it's not just Scottish and German. There's also Italian in there. But I'm going to tell you now. No, I already expect France to win that game, and it's not because I don't like England. It's just purely, I said on our predictions that I had England quarterfinals, depending on who they got. They've got the defending world champions, and I don't see England getting past them at all. I just don't.
I booked away this weekend because I didn't think England would get to the quarterfinals even. I was that confident after the Nations League. Oh, Switzerland. Oh, it's a poor ball back, trying to cross it there. No, I can say I booked this weekend off, not thinking that England would get there. Portugal are just coming away. There's a bad foul, a through ball. This is going to be number 3, surely. No. Oh.
Excellent save.
Yeah, do the strikers not like to lift the ball up?
That's a good question.
Of a goalkeeper, because I tell you what, so many in this tournament have been unable to lift the ball. Oh, Fabian Schär's been booked and he will miss the next match. But so many players have failed to be able to lift the ball over an advancing goalkeeper, and they just shoot it straight at them.
Yeah, and I just seen the foul as well that was on João Felix. Like, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, he deserved a booking.
Yeah. I think Ramos should have waited a little bit. I think if he'd waited just a little bit, he could have got a better touch on his left foot.
Yeah.
But
just see what's going to happen with this corner.
Yeah.
Pepe's coming up again. Oh, it's a short corner. Crosses it in. Pepe heads it back over. They're not clearing it, Switzerland. Now they are. They're a bit panicky there at the back. But I've got to say, though, Ash, in fairness, let's say, for example, Scotland were in the quarterfinals of the World Cup, and whoever they were playing, let's say, for example, they were playing any team that I actually hate, no disrespect, Germany, Argentina. I'd want the other team to win. Of course I would. And I would be very surprised if we had not said that he didn't want France to beat us. I mean, why would we want Scotland? Why would he want England? You know what I mean? I was so happy when Wales went out. You know?
It's like, for example, if Liverpool got to the Champions League final again, and then they somehow met Celtic, and then somebody goes to me, "Who do you want to win the Champions League?" I want that game to be permanently postponed. Yeah. Like, I hate both teams.
Yes.
Like, I wouldn't pick either to win.
If it was Liverpool, let's say in the FA Cup final against Wigan or whoever, you'd want the other team, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, exactly. Yeah.
100%, easy.
I never forget when England didn't qualify for the last time the World Cup was in America, and 94. Ireland and Jack Charlton did. And we were all supposed to be getting behind the Republic of Ireland. And I'm thinking, like,
no.
Why?
Like, they wouldn't get behind you. Mind you, what's interesting as well is back-to-back tournament. Yeah, was it 2 tournaments in a row? 3. Didn't Republic of Ireland not play England in 2 or 3 of the group stages of the 80s and and they played you at Italia 90 as well? Like,
no, we did play them. Yeah,
you played them in Spain. You played them.
Let me try just to say, there's going to be 4 minutes of injury time added on. Should we get the turtles in?
Cowabunga!
Ninja time there.
What classic theme song.
Sorry, do carry on. I have to do that at the end of every game. Everybody's really glad I'm not covering the quarterfinals. They're getting fed up with it. Yeah, we did play them a few times.
Yeah, because I know you played them in '82. You played them at you played them in 1988 because I know for a fact that group stage you had Holland, and Holland went through. Holland went through and obviously won the tournament. But like, even if it was Republic of Ireland, I still want Ireland to do well. Like, I was happy Wales got to the World Cup, like first time they've done it in years, but I still didn't want them to do anything.
No. I mean, it was nice for them to get through. It was nice for them to make the numbers up.
Exactly.
It was
like
nice.
We've not been. The last time we were at World Cup, I was literally a year old. Like, that's how long it's been.
I mean,
at least we got to see us play a tournament in my lifetime. I think we'll be at the next World Cup, but we aren't going to. I'm already saying it now. We're not even going to do anything. We're just going to be there.
Yeah, but it takes time, doesn't it? You know what I mean? It's. I mean, just choose your theme song. Your World Cup song very carefully. You know, releasing.
Please don't.
No, I am going there.
I know.
Letting Delamitri release a song called "Don't Come Home Too Soon" is
1990. They got him, wanted to kill him for that song.
And I think even worse than that, and that was a bit of a drier song, but even worse than that was "We're on the March with Ali's Army."
To be fair, we had a good team in '78. I don't blame that song, but it's still bonkers.
It is a mad song. I've got to be honest with you. Archie Gemmell's goal against Holland, if that had been Holland scoring that goal, people would still be talking about it now.
Yeah. What an absolute quality player.
Yeah. I said, I'm Celtic United. I've decided your stream's the best stream I've ever seen. Ash.
Well, I respect the second bit, but in the nicest way, fuck Celtic.
Now, see, I've got to side with Ash here because, funnily enough, I've got more of an allegiance towards Celtic than I have towards Rangers.
Martin
And I
O'Neill.
say that despite the fact that I'm C of E, and therefore I should really be supporting Rangers. But purely with the Martin O'Neill and Neil Lennon links from Leicester,
Makes
that's
sense.
the only reason why. So we did get Jock Wallace. I think Jock Wallace had won 9 titles on the trot with Rangers, and then he came down to Leicester.
Yeah.
He got us promoted, stayed a year and a bit, and then I think he got homesick and went back to Motherwell.
The thing is, Ash, there's a reason that we in general will not get behind England. And it's purely an historical fact that, and don't take offence to this, Chris, I'm not blaming this at all at anybody on here. I'm blaming historical sense. Our countries in general have been fucked over by the English government for years, and the fact that we get downplayed by the English media, for attitude for years, we've always been brought down on that. So naturally, when it comes to tournaments, the whole thing where anyone but England, that generally is it's an old adage, but it's one that people strongly stand by.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can realistically blame. I mean, the Welsh have got an issue with England because of was it the Union Jack? Because they're not even on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, Doug's in. We've got a Doug channel raid here.
What's up, you beautiful man who supports a club that nobody likes? Just kidding. Good to see you, Doug. Good to see you.
And indeed. No, I mean, it's a fair point. I mean, let's be honest with you. You know, if I was in Scotland, living in Scotland or living in Wales, would I want to be controlled by England? No. But then, do you know what? Yes, it was 200 years ago, Saint. But these things, I mean, why do England hate the Germans? And it goes back to the fact that we beat them in 66 and then they beat us in 70. How many years ago was that? But it stays. Falklands War, that's why I hate the Argentinians. And that was, there's always something that has to start these things off, you know.
I agree.
Why do United hate Liverpool? It's the rivalry, you know.
Exactly.
But I would never want, you know, I am very much an anyone but Scotland. You know, when Scotland qualified and we didn't, that in Argentina, yes, I admire Gemmel's goal. Of course I do. And I think if you're a lover of football, you've got to, I mean, like I said before, on the first goal, I don't want Portugal to win this, but on the first goal, I've got to say, what a bloody good goal.
Yeah.
I will say that as a football lover, but I want Portugal to lose. And I would be the same with Scotland. If Scotland were here, I wouldn't want Scotland to win. Whoever they were playing, you know, it's like I would never want Nottingham Forest to win in the Premier League this season.
That's true.
But then again, there is that school of thought that, we're all part of the United, well, I say United Kingdom, let's call it Great Britain, because it's not particularly united. And we should support each other. There is that argument, but I don't know. Pretty much the first half is over now, as you can see. Pretty much Portugal's half, I'd say, Reece.
Yeah, it's like we were saying. Like Switzerland did start the game really well, but they didn't do anything. Whereas Portugal, they grew into it. Chances were there. Phenomenal opening goal by Gonçalo Ramos.
It was unbelievable.
And then they killed the game with that brilliant corner from Fernandes, and then obviously the finish of it from Pepe with a header was fantastic. And Nate, and to answer Nate's question, Gallagher, I don't know, but Grayson Grealish, yes.
Hang on a second. I've just I was just updating my info screen there.
I will say this though. I actually think we'd be okay economic wise if we were actually independent. Yeah. It's not about being independent. It's just we want to have more authority over running over our country politically. We shouldn't be governed by Westminster. Even if we were, I don't particularly care if we are if we're the United Kingdom. I personally don't care. But if we were in some form of union, we should have more say over our own country than it being told from London. I don't think that's right. That's like the Americans being told. That's like Mexico being told by the US government, oh, just because you're a different country, you're got no say at all how to run your country.
That's not how it is. England voted to get out of Europe because we didn't want to be told what to do by other countries.
Exactly. Like it's just
a
it's
little
just
bit hypocritical, isn't it? You know.
It's what we live in. It's pure right, and I want a new world. I'll gladly find one, but
thing is, Nate, just taking Nate's point there, though, Grealish, Rice, and Gallagher all play on Ireland's youth teams. I mean, I can remember when Jack Charlton took the Republic of Ireland to
John Aldridge.
Yes, I mean he was finding Irish ancestors that nobody had ever heard of. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Before this World Cup, before Southgate announced his team, I actually said, because Maddison has got an Irish, I believe it's Irish grandparent, and I said that if he wasn't picked by Southgate for this squad, he should consider going for the Republic of Ireland.
He's yet to come on, has he? Like, has he played a single minute? I've not seen him play.
Not in this World Cup, no.
So, since he's technically not played a competitive fixture, is he still eligible to go and play for Ireland, or is he humped now?
Before the World Cup, there was one. He actually did come on for a few minutes, and he has played for a few minutes in an England senior team.
All right. Well, he's humped then.
But whether that counts or not, because it was a friend, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? The rules are there to be changed, aren't they? So,
yeah.
Naz is in. Naz, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good day. How are you?
Fantastic picture of Muhammad Ali there. Fantastic. Speaking of TKO, I should have TKO'd myself watching that Fury fight because that was boring as fuck.
Oh God, I did a watch along for that.
That was boring. Like I did not want to see that fight. Like it was like there was no need for that fight. We want to see a competitive fight.
Yeah.
But nah, like 10 rounds where like it was purely just score after score after score, but they just won it. Laporte switched from France to Spain, and Diogo Costa switched from Brazil. Funnily enough, before that World Cup that Spain got knocked out in the group stage 2014, Diogo Costa switched from from Brazil to Spain. Jorginho as well. He chose Italy over Brazil as well. Actually, they mention it. So many players do it.
Most footballers, unless you're called Jack Grealish and you're happy to move somewhere just to sit on the bench, but most footballers want to play. Now, if you think, did I say that out loud? Sorry. But most footballers want to play football, and they want to play it at the highest level. And if you're playing for your club and you are good enough to be considered for England or any national team, you want to play for that national team. Now, if you look at George Best, probably the best ever player not to play in a World Cup.
Sadly, yeah.
Yes. And rest in peace. I mean, he didn't have the best of ends to his life, but the rest in peace.
I was 8 years old when he died.
I know. It was.
He's one of the Man United players that I wish I got to see.
Yes.
Okay, good to see you.
Hello, Kate. How are you? Welcome along. Have you had a row with Dan?
No idea, but judging by the live chat, she's messaged you, so she's probably asking for a Burnley rip. I'm just kidding.
She said,
good to see you.
She has sent me a message. I'll look at that in a second, Kate.
Smoke signals. He still operates on smoke signals. I would love to learn. I would love to learn how to properly do smoke signals. I think it's so cool.
What's Twitter? But no, I mean, so like I say, George Best never played in a World Cup, and it's probably one of the biggest shames that people didn't get to see probably the best player around at the time. Now, had let's say England come knocking, I don't know, I'm guessing here, but some players would go, well, hang on, I'm never going to be picked for my own team. Oh no, that's probably a bad example because obviously he was being picked for Northern Ireland. But you can see where I'm coming from, can't you? You know, if you think you're never going to be picked by a
certain team,
by your team, and you get offered the chance to play on the biggest stages like Euros, World Cups for another team, do you not take that?
I think you should. I mean, I think another good example, to be fair, is even though I don't particularly like him, but as a United player, obviously plays for my country. Scott McTominay. He was born in Lancashire. He was born in Lancashire. He wasn't born in Scotland because Scottish grandparents. But he's played at the highest level, international level. You know what? I've got no problem with that. Although I'd like to see him do a lot more, but that's just because I demand a lot more from somebody playing for my country and also somebody who plays for the football club I support.
Yeah.
But people think I hate the lad. I don't hate him. I just expect better, like, from players, because that's just what I'm like.
No. Kate, don't you have to say any more? As obviously it's personal, but I have replied to your message, and of course I will. Yeah, no problem whatsoever. I mean, Matt Elliott, one of the best defenders.
Spot on. Gio Reyna, the American. I completely forgot. Gio Reyna was born in Sunderland. So was Erling Haaland was born in Leeds.
I mean,
although
when I did the quiz, I don't think you were on that quiz. No, in fact you weren't because it was Doug. It was the Big Fat World Cup quiz just before the World Cup kicked off, and one of the rounds was a pixelated player that you had to guess that was played for your national team. And for Scotland, it was Matt Elliott, who was, I say, an excellent Leicester City centre-back. You know, he's not Scottish, but he's got some Scottish blood in him somewhere. I've never heard anybody sound so Scottish in my life. But
is he
Scotland?
Yeah, is he not? He wasn't English, was he? I was thinking he was something else.
No, he was English.
He's English. Well, I was thinking for some reason he was Australian, but
no.
But not like
the other classic one is Wes Morgan.
Oh yeah, he is not Nigerian.
No, and he's not Jamaican either, but he ended up playing for Jamaica.
No, mental.
Yes, because again,
I love it.
they've got to think, look, do I want to play and say I've won so many national caps? He's never going to play for England. Neither of those two players are. But, you know, he's saying,
You know what I think that whole difference is, though, and I think everybody in the live chat's going to agree, and I think you'll agree, that's the problem with bitter football fans. Football fans that are bitter about the fact that players want to aspire and go and do something, and there's other players who are like... So there's football fans that go, well, you weren't born in that country, so what's the point? Mikel Antonio as well, another good shout, plays for Jamaica, not England.
Yeah.
Like...
I forget you can say that now.
The fact I've got the power. But I like if somebody went to me, oh yeah, we want to go and play. For example, because some of the English players, funnily enough, aren't even English. They've got like African descent. If for example, Raheem Sterling decided before he played for England, the England national team, oh, I don't want to play for England. I want to go and play for, say, Jamaica or something. You just know there's going to be better fans going, no, you're going to play for England. But either way, that's how it's going to be. Yep, Serginho Dest, born in the Netherlands, plays for the US. Hakim Ziyech. I'm
going to give you probably a prime example, most up to date one here.
Hakim Ziyech was
playing for England youth teams, under 17s, whatever. Gareth Bale. Or was it Ryan Giggs? Sorry, Ryan Giggs, I think it was, wasn't it?
That's true. That's very true. The other thing as well is, even though he was born in Germany, but he was raised in England, Jamal Musiala.
Yeah.
Played for England's under 17s through, and then gets into the team they wanted to play for. He gets into the Germany team, but like there's so many fantastic examples. Ziyech, born in Holland, plays for Morocco.
Yeah, indeed. Ash, before we go down that particular route again, we're getting very much political now, and we don't.
All I'm going to say is I don't agree with Sturgeon at all. No. Like I do not like her at all. So say whatever you want about her. That's fine.
But moving on, moving on from that,
I don't like her as a leader.
Politics and religion. We don't discuss on the show.
I'm a proud atheist.
Yeah, exactly. It's the safest way to be. There must be a third Glasgow team you can support then if you're an atheist.
There's Partick Thistle.
That's it.
No, thank you. But no thanks.
Who, in fact, I think it was Billy Connolly was Partick Thistle's biggest fan, wasn't he?
Not at all, no.
Oh, I thought I read somewhere that he was or he mentioned it on the show that he was Partick Thistle, because he said they used to be known as Partick Thistle Nil.
Mm-hmm. Long time ago.
Yes, but no.
It's definitely better. It's definitely better football fans over certain players that don't play for a certain country because they weren't born there or whatever. But
yes,
if you were raised there and you're a citizen to that nation and you've got that eligibility through any reason, you should not be denied that right because somebody's a better little prick.
No. Well put. But I mean, again, I think it just shows ambition, and I'd sooner have a player in my squad that wants to better himself, that wants to get on, and not necessarily, if it's not with England, why the hell shouldn't he go and represent, Because it's got to be in his birth. They've kicked off, by the way. It's got to be in their birthright to be able to play for that country, or somewhere. They've got an auntie or an uncle or a grandma twice removed, 3 times deceased, etc.
Absolutely.
And he says, "Is Haaland eligible to play as
he isn't human? He's definitely not human." Good
and
question.
David, I'm not going to read that name out. I'll just put it up there. I can't even pronounce that. Oh,
I'm not even going to try it. Ash has a very interesting question because that is actually one that even I'm not sure. Does Haaland get ahead of Kane
if he decided England? I think you've got to say at the moment, yes. Have you not? I mean, the guy's on fire, isn't he?
I know, but the annoying thing is so's Kane. That's the crazy thing. And I'm not. It's not because I don't. It's not because I don't like either or. I think both are fantastic strikers. I just don't think Harry Kane's is what people make him out to be, but he's still a fantastic player.
I mean,
but
he's got one goal, but he's got a couple of assists.
Yeah, exactly. Haaland is an absolute demon as well, but I still think I still think Kane would still start. There's just something behind him. Unless you put Kane behind Haaland.
Yeah, because he is dropping more deeper, isn't more deeper? He is dropping deeper these days, Kane.
Yeah, I think his best position is I think he's similar to the likes of Wayne Rooney and Sheringham. Brilliant striker at first, but then he wants to improve as a player. He's moulding himself into a more evolved style. He's being more creative. Yeah. I certainly think now Harry Kane's more of a number 10 than a number 9, and I think England are missing a massive trick not playing him as a number 10 in my opinion.
And I think
and Tottenham.
What was it? Play both, drop Sterling and Saka. Saka's done all right, in fairness, and Sterling. I hope his family are all right. That's
I feel sorry for him after what happened.
Yeah.
Horrible.
And quite
horrible
rightly,
shame.
he's gone home. Quite rightly,
Yeah.
You wouldn't want. It's worrying when you're away. It's bad enough when you're down the road. But apparently, a lot of Chelsea players in that sort of where he lives have been broken into and threatened. So you don't need that, do you?
Yeah, I as much I love the fact that Ash is also a United fan, but to be fair, I don't think Saka's warranted a drop right now. I think he's actually played very well for England.
Mm-hmm. And I think, to be honest with you, I think Gareth Southgate just took a big finger up to everybody who was moaning about him, including me before. I mean, I'm a big I know I've backed Southgate. Coming into this, I on their Nations League showing, I said, no, I don't think they'll get through to the quarterfinals. And he's proved us all wrong. We are, if you look at the, I'm sorry, I can't bring it up because of the way the things are now. But the best team in the World Cup so far is England on statistics. Just thought I'd throw that one in. And
statistically, yes. Maybe not watching, but 100% statistically, I don't disagree. I do not disagree with you.
Yeah. And I just have to point out, by the way, that Wales are number 30 out of 32. Just thought I'd throw that one in, just for a bit of a equal balance. every time you mention England, I feel like I've got to mention Wales there just to show no, like ITV with the political parties. But yeah, Qatar are the worst team. They're 32nd. Canada are 31st, and Wales are 30th. Oh look, Ronaldo's warming up, so the cameras decide to show him rather than the game.
No surprise.
Yeah.
TKO, sorry, I don't know your name. Sorry, TKO. But I agree.
It's Naz,
fantastic.
Naz.
I agree. Haaland is better than Kane in terms of better finishing, in terms of moving with his pace and his athleticism. But in terms of pure creative ability and scoring decisive goals, I think Harry Kane is better than Haaland at that. But in terms of right now, Haaland is a much more dangerous weapon, but Kane's so unpredictable. Even when he gets injured, when Kane's half fit, opposition teams still fear Harry Kane because they know what he's capable of. And I
always say that.
We've got a third.
And it's over. A simple tap in. Tap in from Portugal.
I have got Portugal's number right. I'm just annoyed that it wasn't in extra time.
Ramos, again, your favourite player.
What a lad.
Yeah, he's smiling now, is Ronaldo. Yeah, they're smiling because you know that they don't need you anymore. In fairness, this is a
Dallo assist as well.
Now we need Switzerland to score 2 more to get your prediction right.
I know, I just can't get after extra time. Switzerland have been absolute bang average, though.
Yes, they have.
They had 15 good minutes.
There's no way if you look at it now, they're showing the replay, there's no way that he should have got to that ball in front of that defender.
Yeah, that's why I call fantastic movement there.
Yes, and the goalkeeper should have done better probably as well, but fair play. Like I say, I don't like Portugal as a team, but I have got to say that's game, set, match, good night Vienna, or good night Bern, I guess is the saying for this one.
Yeah.
Dan's got one back because me and Doug went for Switzerland. Doug, who by the way is bottom of the prediction league for the World Cup out of the three of us. I just thought I'd throw that in.
Wow.
3-0 to Portugal. It's over now, isn't it?
Yeah, this is it. And I'm going to go one further. I think Portugal might score another 2 or 3 in this half.
I can see it. I mean, again, Switzerland, like you said, I think, bang average.
Yeah. And it wouldn't surprise me if this is the only team at the big sides that actually do compete. Sorry, apart from England, where Senegal didn't really do anything. It's the same with Portugal. Switzerland are not doing anything. It would not surprise me if this ends with a Portugal clean sheet.
Yeah, I think you could be right. Like I say, I cannot believe, and let's okay. We're saying here that they're coming away again. This could be embarrassing if they're not careful, Switzerland. Like we've said, this is the knockout stage. I can't believe that any team's going to come out and not try. We are saying that Switzerland are bang average, or Portugal just not letting them be very good.
I think it's a bit of both. I think Switzerland haven't turned up, but also every time they try to move the ball, Portugal are pressing them so well. Fantastic at pressing the ball. João Felix, for me, Ramos in terms of the goals has been the most efficient, but I think the best player on the pitch for me has probably been João Felix for his movement. He's caused him so many problems that Fernandes is having a fantastic game. Dallo is getting space. Even the likes of William Carvalho that I don't rate, he's having a decent game. Yes. But it's the Ramos and Felix show. It's by far the Ramos and Felix show.
Switzerland are having to make a substitution now. They're making 2 substitutions now.
They're bringing on a white flag because they're going to need that.
So is off. Osao is off. Man, you has made a big zero of the game, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So,
I thought he would last a bit longer. He's a big guy.
yeah, Seferovic is on, and Freuler is off, and Zakaria is on.
That's a good move. That's a good
Shaqiri's
move.
not turned up, though, has he, in this game, really?
No, he's not. He's not at all. This is an interesting one now because the Portuguese number 9 is starting striker. Obviously, is Ramos, but he is the rotational Benfica striker. The main Benfica striker is actually Seferovic.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So this is interesting.
Yeah.
But we already know which one's having the better night so far. But in terms of like Zakaria coming on will give them an engine. But this has been pure gold. What channel is that on, Reece? The Ramos and Felix show.
And there's another one. There's another goal.
Game over.
4-0 to Portugal. Oh my God, let's have a look at this one. It was 3
Swiss
against
Bliss.
2. He came through. Oh, he meant that. Raphael. He's obviously left the Turtles and decided to play for Portugal. Wow. You said this, there's going to be more games. Who needs Ronaldo?
When you've got me calling it with my crystal ball.
Oh, I mean, the manager's going to be, I mean, you can't, it's, like you say, whenever you make these decisions and it turns out right, you can sit there and go, that's why I'm the manager.
It's even more interesting, obviously, is I know Doug was in here earlier on, and I was also, whilst I was letting my Xbox update, I was in the live chat, and a question got asked by Ravi, who's the better goalkeeper, Diogo Costa or Jan Sommer? And I'm like, Sommer's a good goalkeeper, but Costa's by far better. And it's proven in this game why. It's not because the score's 4-0, it's because every time Costa's actually faced a situation by the Swiss, he's handled it. When Sommer's faced a situation by the Portuguese, he is panicking and he's going into very uncomfortable positions for himself.
Yeah,
that's why I think Costa's the better goalkeeper.
I mean, could he have done better than in that 4th goal, the Swiss goalkeeper, Sommer?
I don't know why he didn't come front of his box. He just this is the thing that this is what I know. De Gea's not where he used to be, but this is what De Gea gets criticised about times, but like a lot by Man United fans. He doesn't run to prevent an opportunity. But Sommer's supposed to be, in Connor's opinion, it's his opinion, I respect that. But he says Jan Sommer's top 5 goalkeeper in the world. Well, if he's acting like this, he's not for me. He might be top 5 in the Bundesliga, but he's not top 5 in world football.
No.
He's had an awful game.
Well, I've got to say this. Thank you, Portugal. As much as I hate
4-1.
you, yes, 4-1. Bloody hell! Let me finish talking, Portugal. God. But thank you, Portugal and Switzerland. Oh, yeah, it's about bad defending. Some defending has been awful in this game.
Oh yeah, they get a chance and take it. It's ridiculous.
The 5-4 is on for Switzerland.
How funny would it be if they get it? How funny would it be if they get this back to like 4-4 or something?
I mean, again, who was picking him up? He came right. He made a late mate. Oh, he was very lucky. He completely missed that.
Yeah, I don't blame Costa for that. He's in a good position, but his defence has let him down there.
Yeah. Nas says he predicts a riot. Saint no extra time this time. Swiss want to phone home now. This is crazy. Well, and I say all I can say is thank you for giving me a good game because I sat through 120 minutes of absolute dross earlier. It's great to have a normal game. I'm just going to go back to a point that because Ash lives in Romania and he was talking to a Romanian yesterday. He said the Romanian team need 5 years to become a qualifying team and they're even way behind Scotland. I laughed and said, really? Gloomy replied, yes, it's our worst time in football. I can remember Romania knocking us out of the Euros.
2000, was it?
Getting past Phil Neville, who was playing left back. No, not our glory years. I've got to be honest with you with that one. But yeah, and I can remember my first ever England game. Well, I've got to be honest with you, my only England game was I went to watch England, and I think
Poland, wasn't it?
Romania and Hungary were in the same group as England, and I think Romania had qualified. But if they got a draw with England, then Hungary wouldn't go through. Now, as far as I remember, Romania and Hungary were pretty much like England and Scotland, you know. And I remember the kick-off that the Romanians were just stood like with their arms crossed, just, yeah, go on then, we'll kick off, we'll start. They just did not want England not to get something. Do you know what I mean?
I love that. That is class.
Yeah, and I mean, it was just the old Wembley. This is how far back it goes, in the 1980s, I think it was. But it was a class. It was such a class. I think it ended 1-1. I think Romania, if they went ahead, decided, shit, we better let England get one back here. But yeah, that was it wasn't quite as bad as the Germany-Austria one in the World Cup finals that time. But
1982 against Algeria. That was horrible.
Yeah,
I'll admit, I've watched that. I've watched that game.
Why they've got the games now. The final games are all at the same time. But somebody said, and I don't know if this is true or not, they might be scrapping that for the next World Cup.
I think if they scrap that, then a lot of questions will be seriously asked if they do. They can't get rid of that rule.
Are they only having 3 in a group as well or something?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Tell you what was interesting today, actually. America, Mexico, and Canada will no longer be playing in the Gold Cup. They will now be playing in the Copa America.
Oh.
So they'll be playing the South American opposition because they want to get their teams more competitive for the next World Cup. So they're going to be playing in the...
Oh.
I actually think for them, that's going to make their teams even better.
Yeah,
the fact that we played with Brazil, Uruguay, Argentina, even the likes of Ecuador, they'll get Colombia as well. They'll come back. They'll be properly tested.
Yes, they will. They will. And it will improve those teams because they're playing against better opposition.
Exactly. And we'll see if they can actually be good hosts. I think it'll be really good to see. I think it's going to be a good tournament.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a really good tournament.
I think they will be good hosts. I mean, America put on a real good show last time they hosted it. I mean, they just need to get Hannah Ross to be able to score a goal into the net before the tournament kicks off. But bless her, Diana Ross. But it is a smart move, definitely. Because I mean, and I've said this okay. When England got through to the World Cup finals, our group, bloody awful, to be honest with you. You know, look at the teams we play. It is done. And these teams like San Marino and Luxembourg will say, oh, yeah, but you're denying us the chance to play England and teams like that. But you're never going to get anywhere. Why can't they just shove all the balls into one big pot and just draw them out? And if we get Italy or whoever in the same group, so be it. We did it before. And I think well, look, be honest with you, we had Germany in our group when we needed David Beckham to score against Greece in the 95th minute, whatever it was, with that free kick. We had Italy where we had to go and get a point in Italy, and we did. And Terry Butcher, I think it was, with blood down his eyes.
You had the Dutch team that won the Euros in 88 as well.
Sorry?
You had the Dutch team that won the Euros in 88.
Yeah. I just don't know why that can't be done. And then if you get a group that's got, Luxembourg, San Marino,
all can respect you.
Then, but at least they may get through then. And I just think it's just they want more of the smaller teams in, which is why they're expanding the World Cup. So why don't they just do it that way? Because I turn off to the international friendlies, to be honest with you. Because if England cannot get through playing some of those teams, then I'm thinking, what the bloody hell is the point of us even having an international team?
I agree with you.
The classic.
I wholeheartedly agree with you.
Yeah,
and I think what they should do, I don't know why they've never considered it, is you don't ban them from competing in the tournaments, but what you do is for these lower ranked nations, is you still have them in that was an awful kick by Costa. That was awful.
It was, wasn't it? Yes.
Really points for me. But the lower ranked nations, put them in another tournament as well, where they can let them develop their teams, develop their federations. FIFA should be giving them FIFA should be helping them with financial as well to improve. They're talking about equality in the game and improving lesser nations to become good teams. Well, put them in a separate tournament where you can have Liechtenstein, San Marino, Luxembourg, Honduras, great mention by Nate. Put them all into those little bundles.
Yeah.
Let them compete. And then after that, they then will go on and play the likes of Germany. They can play the likes of France. They can play the likes of England, Spain, Brazil. Do all of that when it actually feels good to them. Don't put them in these tournaments where they're going to get absolutely humiliated. I know at times it's funny watching San Marino get pumped 14-15-0, but it's also humiliating for them as well. That happens every single tournament. They shouldn't be doing that.
No. And also, we know, as we say, like, Mexico, Canada, America, it will improve them going into and playing like the Brazils, the Uruguays, the Argentinas. But they're of a certain standard already. You know what I mean? Those, they're in the top 20, 30 club, world teams already. Where the San Marinos aren't. And what do they gain by going and losing 14? I mean, was it, which one women's was it that lost 20-0 to England? I mean,
it was the World Cup. Sorry, it was the World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like what are they? They're not improving by getting stuff like that,
Exactly.
But then again, you've started me now.
You look at one team that I know a lot of people don't have no interest in because of real interest in obviously because of the racial attacks and obviously Hungary. I understand Hungary. I've been to Hungary. It's a beautiful country. But there is a lot of racial prejudice there as well, and actions that have happened. But they've been one of the best teams to watch in the Nations League since the Nations League started. 5-1. Fuck me, they've been one of the best teams to watch.
I looked around then, and I was looking at the wrong screen. This is Portugal saying we're here.
Oh, Okafor's coming on. I'll have him.
And it was so easy for them. Ramos hat-trick, the first hat-trick of the World Cup.
Thank God it was a player that I liked to get it.
Yeah.
Ash, not necessarily we'd have to be in it. We've been doing really well in the Nations League. I mean, it says all that in the same season that England gets relegated from the Nations League, we get promoted to the A class.
Yeah.
Yes. I think it's not that we should be there because we've actually got a decent team. We're building a decent team as well. And we're starting to see more when we play. We're a bit unlucky to get to the World Cup, but it doesn't bother me. I think we'll do well at the next Euros in terms of showing ourselves. But the countries like Liechtenstein, San Marino, Luxembourg, they're the ones that need something for them where they can actually be respected.
Just showing the goal again. I mean, it's just too easy for Portugal.
Such a simple dink. And he plays for Benfica, Naz. He plays for Benfica. He's a Benfica Youth Academy graduate, actually.
Right. I mean, sorry. Just quickly going back, it's over this game. Portugal 5-1. I think it's a case of how many can Portugal get, would you say?
Switzerland, to say it in the nicest way, Switzerland have been shagged.
Yeah.
And not the way they'd probably liked.
Sorry, I was going to say the crowd are shouting for Ronaldo to come on.
I want them to just keep playing the way they are. Let Ramos go get another 3 or 4. Who knows? Who knows? Ramos might go and steal the golden boot from Mbappe in this game if he wants to.
Yeah, he could. I mean, I could say fair play. I said before, not Portugal's biggest fan, but I've got to give them credit. They've saved my day after the game earlier. They really have. Well done to Portugal.
This has been by far the... Yeah. I don't know if anyone was going to top Brazil or if anyone was going to top France's last 16 performances, but Portugal have well and truly done that.
I have to be honest with you, looking at this performance, because Portugal are on our side, of the draw. This is worrying me as an England fan, and there's not many teams have worried me in this World Cup.
Do you get Portugal in a potential final or semi-finals?
Semi-final.
I think they'd. I think they'd take you three tournaments in a row. Well, not 3 tournaments in a row, but actually would technically be 3 tournaments in a row because they beat you Euro 2004. They beat you the World Cup 2006. If they play you again, it'd be the 3rd time in a row. If they beat you, it'd be the 3rd time they've beaten you in a row. It'd be crazy.
When we played them, I agree.
When was the last? I don't think
Morocco will play Portugal now. Yep. If we get past France and Portugal get past Morocco, which on this form you've got to say they probably would do, that's the semi-final.
Yeah.
But then the other semi-final could be Argentina-Brazil.
And I think Brazil might get over them this time.
Yeah.
Argentina have not been great in the tournament. Brazil have gotten better and better and better. I actually think you could see the final that, funnily enough, George Kyle predicted on our World of Football podcast predictions. He actually predicted Brazil versus Portugal.
Did he?
And I don't blame him for it because they've been outstanding, the two teams.
This is one of the best performances, but Switzerland haven't really. I mean, another bad shot there goes for a corner. They've just offered nothing really, Switzerland, have they?
They've offered Toblerone at good prices for mass panic, but in terms of football, nah, they've offered nout.
No.
That goal they scored was a lucky goal. Like it was purely a bad attempted clearance.
Yeah, it was bad.
Costa was never going to save it.
But defending, like I said, as another one comes in. I mean, that corner. I mean, it just goes out. I mean, a corner that, we say that, when you don't get the ball past the first player, that's a bad corner. But a corner that goes over everybody and is so high that nobody gets when it goes out for throwing on the other side, that's a bloody awful corner as well.
Exactly.
I mean, 5-1. I mean, oof.
Did people honestly expect that? There's people that were saying, like, I'd love to know why people thought Switzerland were going to beat Portugal. I'd like to know the general reason why people thought that, because I did not see anything for Switzerland at all in this game. I gave them like the slimmest of chances.
I mean, Switzerland on the last game when they beat Serbia, they played well, and it wasn't a typical Swedish performance because they went for that. They went 1-0 up very, very quickly, went 2-1 down, and came back again. And you're thinking like, bloody hell, is this Switzerland? Because I had Serbia to win that game. Before that, of course, they held Brazil. Brazil only beat them 1-0, and they managed to beat Cameroon 1-0. But it was that last game that I'm thinking, well, maybe, if they play like that. And then Portugal, I mean, they lost to South Korea, but they were through. And that's another game is like, how can you judge that? But I just thought that if the Portugal that played Serbia could turn up, then I thought that would, that they might just get something. Switzerland, he's coming on. Oh, look at him with a stupid smirk on his face. He's coming on. You're only coming on because it's all over.
He's coming on purely to respond to Messi scoring. That's the only thing. Some good changes they're bringing on, though. Like, these are really good changes for Portugal. Triple substitution.
Giving him the armband as well.
No surprise.
Yeah.
He is the national team captain. It was going to happen.
Yeah. So we've got Ramos off. But he's got a hat-trick now. Fair enough. Horta on. Otavio off.
Felix
on.
Felix. It's front three, complete change. Well, two midfielder.
Felix off for Ronaldo, like you say.
Yeah, so these are good. These are good changes. Like, these are very good changes by Santos. He didn't necessarily have to take off Otavio. I thought Otavio's played well in midfield. Felix and Ramos, I can understand those changes. They've been absolutely fantastic. They deserve a rest.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there's only 15 minutes to go. The game is over. You've made your point with Ronaldo, haven't you? So why not stick him on? And, send a message out to the rest of the teams that we can still win this 5 or 6-0. If you don't bring Ronaldo on, you kind of cut your nose off to spite your face, aren't you, a little bit, because you've made your point.
I agree. And the fact that he's bringing on Vitinha as well, like putting him out instead of Neves, just shows he's given the PSG lad like that run out as well, where he's not had a lot of opportunity, but at least he wants to take it. I would have preferred Andre Silva to come on and Ruben Neves, but Horta's had a decent tournament as well. I thought he played really well in the last game, but credit to Santos. One, he made that bold decision to not play Ronaldo, and they score 5 without him. Now he brings them on. We'll see what they do.
Yeah. Portugal have been great, but the Swiss have been awful in defence. Shocking Morocco will give them a harder game, but fair play to Portugal. I still think England or France beat them.
I agree on France, but I don't know about England. I don't know. But if it goes to penalties, I think England fans will be like, yeah, we're not beating Portugal. That's how they beat us times.
Don't mention penalties and England in the same sentence.
Yeah.
Apparently, Naz said here, a huge roar from the Portuguese fans when Ronaldo came on.
Yeah, they were calling for Ronaldo the whole game.
Yeah.
I think I would be interested to see how this England team would play this Portugal team. It would be very interesting, but who knows? But
do you think? If Sterling doesn't come back, that could make it interesting. Ronaldo's lining up a free kick here.
I don't think he's coming back. I'd be very surprised if he didn't.
No, and I think, to be honest with you, you've got to put your family first sometimes, don't you?
Yeah.
Maybe a chance for Maddison, do you think, and if he doesn't come back?
Maybe. If not, it looks like it might still just be Rashford.
Yeah. And he deserves it, to be honest with you. They played well. He doesn't deserve drop, It's a nice option to have, Difficult to see who bring on, but do you think Morocco are going to give Portugal a harder game than Switzerland?
Yeah, I think they will. The fact that they humiliated Spain, they could beat Portugal. I think they could as well, but really? I think it's going to. I think Morocco could beat Portugal, but I still think Portugal are going to get to the semi-finals. But it's crazy to like.
I can't. If the Portugal, close. The Portugal that, sorry, not the Portugal. The Morocco that played earlier. I don't think against this Portuguese side, as we've seen today. I don't think that the way Morocco played, which was contain and hit on the break, because when they did hit on the break, and they were quick, when they hit on the break, they had no final product. I don't think they'd get away with that against Portugal.
No, they wouldn't. Those are the type of teams that Portugal don't waste around. If you present them an opportunity, they take it.
Yes.
And I'm not really overhyped by Portugal, but the thing is, though, is Portugal in recent years have won 2 international tournaments. They've won it. Even though the Nations League isn't really important, they did win it. They won it the first time, and they also won the European Championships as well. Like, they've got something behind them. They've got that tournament pedigree as well, and they've got that depth where they've got so many options that it's hard to deal with them. But they're a very fantastic football side. England are a strong team, but you aren't beating France. No, I don't think so.
No. I mean, quarterfinals wouldn't be it won't be a disaster for England.
No, not at all. You've had a fair showing at the World Cup.
Is that shout coming from your end or my end?
It's my younger brother. He's
right. Now, I didn't know if it was somebody outside my door. That was all.
At least you asked better than most people have done. Because last time I was on a show and he was singing, I had people in the live chat tell me to shut up. I was like, I'm not going to tell an autistic child to shut up. Like, it's
I
not
didn't
happening.
know he was. I do
That's
apologize.
That's okay. But it's like he's just obsessed with like Barney and all that stuff. Eh? So he watches it and then he sings it to the telly. And it just doesn't help that he just doesn't know his own level of volume. He just doesn't He just doesn't know.
No. It's, like I said, it's only because I thought something was going on outside my window. That was all. But there is there are ways of asking, and being polite is one of them.
Absolutely. Whereas last time I had it, nobody was. So at least somebody has manners.
Yeah, thank you. Are we here? Let me just have a look, because there's only 2 teams that are unbeaten in the competition so far. Netherlands and the other one?
England.
Yes. I just like hearing a Scotsman say that. It's like I say to Doug. I mean, obviously we've done a lot of watch-alongs with Doug, and I always say we have him on because Rebecca asked us to sort of include him on the watch-along so that he feels included in the World Cup because he's not there. But bless him.
Yeah.
Am I deflated? I don't think I'm deflated.
I don't think you're deflated at all.
If we do that, we beat Portugal and Morocco.
Where is that confidence coming from, by the way? Like, this is what I don't get, because this is the thing. Like, when England come up against fairly okay opposition, they trounce them. When they come up against serious opposition, they get humbled. Big time. So where's that confidence? Tell me right now how you are going to beat France.
Silva's coming off. Sorry, Doug. For me, Neves is coming on. Wow, okay.
Ooh, nice.
I had no confidence, and I like the Nations League. Right, I've got to say this. For me, would I sooner be losing to Germany in the Nations League, and Hungary in the Nations League, or would I sooner be beating San Marino and Liechtenstein in friendlies? I want to lose to Germany because I want to see us play those teams. So I get the Nations League, but we had a bad run-up, which was probably not a bad thing because it did mean that we didn't go into this World Cup going, it's coming home, until obviously we got through to the group. Then we can.
Then Iran happened, then it all started.
Yeah, in fairness, I did play the hype in the England up with the songs and everything before you came on because I thought that was the fairest way to do it. But But I know what you're saying. I do know what you're saying. I think we've had a good. What else could we do? We haven't lost a game.
True.
We scored. We've got the best goal difference up to now. I think Portugal might be overtaking us now, but had the best goal difference. We've got to be confident on that, but. If we're top, we've got to say, well, France are only third. I mean, let's be honest with you. These are the games you want to. I mean, well done, Morocco, for getting through. We needed one surprise just to keep the interest going. But when you look at these quarterfinals, you're telling me. Let me just bring them up. Well, I've lost them now. Right, let's bring these semi-finals up. Netherlands, Argentina, Croatia, Brazil, England, France. Okay, Morocco, Portugal. They're the teams that you would expect to be through, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Without doubt.
Yeah, we are seeing. And if you want to win the World Cup, you've got to be playing these teams and beating these teams, And
this has always been England's downfall. They beat the teams they're expected to beat so comfortably. But then you play teams with a serious approach and attitude towards you. And you just don't deal with it. Oh, what a goal!
You ahead of me now.
I managed to get hold of you.
Portugal 6. He was all on his own. Please don't tell me it's Ronaldo. Of course it is. Who else would it be?
It's been kicked out by VAR, actually.
Oh, offside.
It's the first VAR. It's been the first offside goal we've had. Can't remember when. It's been a while.
Let's have a look. Was he? He went. Oh, he was. In fairness, he was miles offside. I've got to be honest with you. That didn't even need to go to VAR. You could see that. What a shame. Cristiano Ronaldo got a goal cancelled. That said, he took it well.
Yeah.
I've got to say, as much as I don't like the guy, he took it well. So it remains 5-1. We are on 83 minutes. Well, I'm on 83 minutes. Probably the rest of you are on 84.
He's definitely motivated by it. Like, seriously motivated. He'll want to go and get another goal, like another chance to score. He should have just waited.
I'm just looking here. Who? Ramos. I'm just trying to find Ramos on the old. No, he's jumped. This is 3 goals. I mean, he's not on the list yet, but 3 goals jumps him up to joint second on the scoring sheets.
With Rashford, isn't it?
Messi, Richarlison, Giroud, Valencia, Saka, Gakpo, Morata, Rashford. Yeah, they're all on 3 as well. And the person that I said was going to be the Golden Boot, Mbappe, on 5.
Yeah.
Let's hope he doesn't get any more at the weekend.
I think he'll be so up for it at the weekend.
Yeah, of course he will. I mean, French and English, again, we've got a little bit of history, haven't we? You know, it's. I mean, so you see, what gets me about some of these players, like Richarlison, I mean, that overhead goal he scored, that overhead kick, it was a superb goal. And then he does that for the penalty the other night. And that's what I don't like. I was saying to him, I was saying, like, fair play to the guy, what a superb goal. And then
does that. Yeah. That's my issue with players these days.
Yes. As you said, yeah, it's footy. Now anything can happen. It's not played on paper. You tell Morocco if football's played on paper, because if it was, they should have been through. And we've seen surprises in this World Cup. Anyone can beat anybody. Yes, they can. Let's face it, you only need a dodgy VAR decision, and you can win it. Well, no, win a game or lose a game.
Yeah, 100%.
We should not apologise for being confident or even arrogant. Well, no, we shouldn't. We shouldn't. The Fence are arrogant. In fairness, they've probably had more recently to be arrogant about than we have. But yeah, you've got to be confident in your own team, haven't you? But but VAR has been awful at this World Cup.
It has been.
Yes.
I think the only thing though is the seriousness behind the French, where they've got 2 players who apparently are the main point behind their team, and they've went and done better without them. Be interesting.
Fernandes is off. Sorry, Fernandes has gone off. Leo has come on.
Hope he scores.
And then we saw Brazil yesterday. I did put a tweet out about it. They actually changed goalkeepers. They took Alisson off and brought their second goalkeeper on.
Yeah, Waverton.
And every Brazilian player in that squad has actually had time on the pitch in this World Cup.
I know, I quite like that by the coach.
Sorry, say that again, sorry.
I like that by their coach.
Yes, yeah. No, they said hashtag togetherness, you know. They've obviously only taken 2 goalkeepers with them. But, I think that was a nice move. Alisson didn't mind being taken off. He was congratulating him for getting on, and let's face it, the game was won anyway. But
all 3 of their goalkeepers played, because Ederson played the 3rd game. He played the third group game. Yeah.
Sorry.
Alisson I think played the first 2 group games.
Yeah.
And Ederson played the 3rd one, which they lost. So Liverpool fans will probably be mugging that in to City fans for the banter, although I don't really care. But Waverton comes on in the knockout stage, so yeah.
Now, I think I know what you're going to answer to this, but I do ask my guests, especially yourself, because you know all these players. I don't know, apart from about 5 players that don't play for Leicester. That's my limit of opposition players, which is why I always try and avoid doing a joint 11 whenever we do it on preview shows. Man of the match. I think I have a feeling where you may be going, but who would you pick? Oh, I thought there was one you were going to shout out for straight away.
I think in terms of pure clinicalness, Ramos has been absolutely fantastic tonight. I think he's been absolutely fantastic. João Felix's movement before he came off was causing real issues for the Swiss. I'm not going to be overly biased and say Bruno Fernandes. I think he's been the best midfielder. He was best midfielder on the pitch before he got replaced. But I'm gonna give it to the man who took, except one chance he didn't score. He scored the other 3. He was an absolute menace against that Swiss defence. I'm going to give it to Gonçalo Ramos.
Yeah, and I think deservedly so. I thought that was the one you were going to go through first, but yeah, some good shouts for Felix and Fernandes. There's no way you would even consider a Swiss player in there with the way they are.
The only Swiss player that I would probably give the chance to is Infantino for being the president, not Sepp Blatter.
Fair dues, mate. Fair dues. Can't argue with that. And is it all over? Or are they just swapping?
Not long to go. 4 minutes added on.
I think it was offside. Yeah. 4 minutes added on. Well, you know what that means? We need Donatello and his friends. 4 minutes in injury time. I mean, let's just compare 2 players and 2 games. Ramos, Lukaku. Who's the £100 million player in them 2? Yeah, a trick question, I grant you, but I mean,
obviously by the fact that happened, it's Lukaku. But if you actually look at who is a more believable player for £100 million, I would say Ramos. And there's your 6th goal, mate. There's your 6th goal.
Oh,
this one won't get chalked off.
Leo scores.
My man. As I said he would. I said he'd score.
The goalkeeper just looked at it go past him there. Well, the Swiss must be saying, like, can you? Why have you picked 4 minutes? Can we not just press the bloody whistle and let us go home? A good goal again. I've got to be honest with you. Most of these goals I was going to say all of these goals by the Portuguese have been very good goals.
Absolutely. They've all been beautiful to watch as well. Like, this has been outstanding. This has been deadly.
One of the performances of the World Cup by this Portuguese team.
Yeah, this is the performance of the whole tournament.
I think because of the standard of opposition that they're playing. Oh, but the goalkeeper was just like. Oh, he was just caught out there so much, wasn't he? That was just. Yeah, I've got to be honest with you. Hats off to Portugal. When you compare this 6-1 against Switzerland to the 7-0 for Spain against Costa Rica, there's just no comparison, is there?
None. Men against boys.
Yeah.
Literally, like there's no other way around, and it's just the calmness. It's almost identical goal that he scored in the group stage.
But you can't say that 7-0. I mean, I don't know how Japan lost to Costa Rica, to be honest with you, but fair play to them coming back and winning that after being stuffed 7-0. I mean, not a shot. I think even Qatar got shots on target. You know, even Qatar had shots. They didn't even have one shot in that game, Costa Rica.
Yeah, exactly.
Going ahead, trying to get his goal. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, not happening.
No.
Time's run out. Time's run out. Great man.
Yeah, but then again, like you say, it's all about the team, not about the not about the individual.
And that's
and
exactly
Santos
why.
has made a very good point with that this game.
I know. Interesting as well is I think he should stick with that in the next game against Morocco. I think he should.
There it is. All over. Wow.
Take your
I'll be
hat off.
honest with you. I can only say one thing to that.
You didn't expect that, did you? Did you? No.
No, I did not. 6-1. And I have to say, as I've said a few times tonight, I've got to just sit back and go, well played, Portugal.
Yeah. Well played.
Yeah.
Decisive, clinical, efficient, dominated.
Yeah. I mean, Ronaldo, my man of the match, even came on as a sub. Oh dear. We need to beat France as we ever do. Well done, Reece. Your co-commentary has been spot on. Good football knowledge. Apart from the Messi performance, you have to get that in.
I know you get that, even though I'm the one that's right.
You do. I love having Reece on. His knowledge of football, to be honest with you, it is right up there, and I thank him for coming on. Morocco, Portugal. Let me just get rid of this, and then what I'm going to do. First of all, while I'm just doing this, talk me through. Give me a quick appraisal of that game. Well, let me give me a quick appraisal of Portugal because Switzerland didn't really turn up.
In a nutshell, Portugal played like a team that, just like I said about Brazil, they want their first World Cup. They want to win it. They're clearly serious about it. You want to be in the knockout stages, you've got to be serious with your results. They didn't just come out wanting to get this game done early. They wanted to get this game done and make a proper statement.
Yeah.
Fantastic performance all round. And it's no surprise that they scored 6. It is no surprise at all. That was beyond clinical. That was fantastic. Every single player in that Portuguese team, apart from Ronaldo, he didn't really do anything except the offside goal, so you can't really say much on Ronaldo. Or even the likes of Horta, Vitinha as well. The rest of them that played, they were all fantastic.
Yeah.
Switzerland, they shouldn't have bothered. They should have just asked for a quicker flight home.
Yes. Switzerland do what Switzerland do, which is get through to the last 16 and then go home.
Yeah, I've got a better one actually. The Swiss are neutral for a reason.
They don't like to cause trouble, do they?
Yep. They don't like a fight. They just like to get beat.
Yeah. Here we go. Then let me just go through these very quickly with you, Reece. We've got here, let me just get it up on my screen. Netherlands, Argentina. Who's going to win that one?
Ooh. It wouldn't surprise me because of the quality in their team that Argentina get through. But Holland are being very efficient right now, you know. They've been so efficient with their play. I just think Argentina might. If it goes to penalties, I think Argentina nick it. If it doesn't, then Holland. But I think the Argies will just make it through.
The Argentinians, Croatia, Brazil.
The favourites are going to go through, but that's going to be a very hard test for Brazil, and I think that's will motivate them to win the tournament. So I'm going to go Brazil. I think Croatia actually might be the biggest benefit to Brazil in the whole tournament.
Yeah. Well, we know England, France, that you believe it's going to be France. Fair play, you know. Yep. I don't begrudge you that at all. You're entitled to your opinion, and it's not just on the fact that you don't. You're not just sat there and go, "I think it's going to be France," because I don't like England. You've given a good argument as to why you think it'll be France. So fair play to you. Hasn't obviously been completed on there. Morocco versus Portugal. Who do you see beat that one?
I thought this was going to be a closer game. So I was actually originally thinking Morocco because they had that fantastic result against Spain.
Mhm.
But Morocco have been fantastic in the tournament. But I think the quarterfinals is probably where they're going to. Like that's where the old phrase like the luck's run out. I think Portugal are going through at the semi-finals.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, guys, you're all asking about no football for a couple of days. Well, stay tuned because I'm going to tell you there is going to be a show on about football. And talking about football shows that are coming up, we've got this one, Wednesday the 21st of December. Reece will be back with us and we will be doing the big fat the big fat Christmas quiz.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, his knowledge of football will not help him at all. Because
it's pure different bollocks this time.
It is. There is absolutely no football-linked questions. You got to come with a silly hat on, a Christmas hat, wear what you want. Let's have a few drinks, bad dad jokes. It's just going to be a silly night, and we're going to have 5 rounds on Christmas, TV and film, when things happened, where in the world, and who said that. And we're just going to have fun. And the reason that I've gone for those headings is because those are the games that I could find cheap in Sainsbury's when I went there the other day.
Sounds good. But I love the idea of it. And I'm actually hosting another World of Football quiz coming up on the 17th, which is next Saturday. So if you're up for it, Doug's going to be on there. Brad's back. Neil's back. Come and kick their arses. George Kyle's going to be there, obviously.
If you're setting the questions, I have seen what it does mentally to Brad.
He did really well in the second quiz. He did really well. The first one he was shit. The second one he done really well. I reckon you'd really enjoy it. I'm very serious about the questions I ask as well. You've seen them. I'm brutal. But I'm
exactly, which is why, and there was a very, very good reason why I host quizzes and don't go on them.
I don't blame you.
Remind me nearer the time. If I'm pissed when you ask me, who knows? But
it's 6 or 7 o'clock. We should get a start time confirmed, but it's 100%. It's next Saturday, the 17th.
This will be something to look forward to. I'd like to say I'm away, but I'm not. It's this weekend I'm away. That is where you can find Reece. Give it all a shout out, sir.
Yep, Devils Rising right there, YouTube and Twitter, and every Saturday you can find me on the Weekly Armchair as well. But this is my spot. But no, thanks for asking me to come on, mate. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a good laugh, and we've got the best game. We've had the best watch along, I think, of the whole tournament. The best game.
Yeah. I think, and I did the Spain one, and that was 7-0, and it was awful. But it's always a pleasure having you on, mate. Your knowledge is second to none. Thank you so much. I'm sure we'll get you on maybe for one of the semis. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? But you know what I mean. And thank you very much, mate. Take care. And come on, England.
100%. And one other thing before I go. I did, funnily enough, mention that at the start of the stream, Leicester City FC believer. I did mention about Infantino being Swiss. Funny that. Despite the 6-1 result, Portugal deserved to win, but very questionable.
I have got some music to play you out here, and I think, you should, because you're so good, you should go out with your head held high to some music. Thanks very much, Reece. Take care, buddy.
Coming home, it's coming home, it's coming. Football's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming. Football's coming home.
And he's gone. Who knew it? Who knew it? Oh dear. LFC Believer, good evening. That was so riggy. I'm not even kidding, guys. You can't go to a World Cup round of 16 playing like that. No sis player gave a damn from the manager to the third choice keeper. It was awful. That was a way to send him out, I think. It was a brilliant way to say goodbye. Reece is a great guy. Please go and give him a follow, especially if you like your gaming. He does a great gaming channel. He knows his stuff on football, and he's a great gamer as well. That's the truth wrapped up in one line. You didn't expect that, did you? I don't think he was expecting that either. But guys, I'm hoping on Thursday, 9 o'clock, we're going to do a review of the quarter of the loudness. Let me get me teeth in. Let me have a drink. I've done 2 watch-alongs today. Oh, that's nice. Right. Thursday, 9 o'clock, I'm hoping to do a review of the round of 16 games. And, of course, tying with the predictions we've been doing all the way through, predictions for the quarterfinals. Hopefully get Dan and Doug on if they are free. And I'm looking to do that either Wednesday or Thursday, depending when it's free. Best thing to do, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Smash the likes. Thank you very much. Click on notifications, and then you will never, ever miss a show. Portugal through. They're going to face Morocco. Morocco had a bore fest earlier against Spain, and they got through on penalties. It was just awful. Portugal surely going to stuff Morocco. Netherlands, Argentina, wow. Croatia, Brazil, it should be Brazil. England, France, there's only one team going to go through. We're going to eat the French. God, say honestly. I'm going to get pissed. Good night. Come on, England. Let's bring it home. Thank you, everybody, for watching. It's been great. Too many people in the chat to mention. Thank you very much. And I'll see you Wednesday or Thursday. Take care now. Goodbye.
Thank you for watching. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
That's all, folks.
Thanks for watching Leicester Till I Die. This is Chris saying goodbye and see you next time.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
Leicester Till I Die TV. They think it's all over. It is now.